Okay, so welcome back, everyone. And I'm very, very pleased to be back to tell you more things about narcissism. I thank you to everyone that's followed me within the last 1 week. I appreciate it, and I promise to keep things coming. Today, I'm going to launch a new series which is going to be talking about the family calls called the Covert narcissist. So, when we talk about the types of narcissists, the covert narcissists are a special kind of breed. They operate as a cult, and I would like to delve into the dysfunctional system called the covert narcissist. So, covert narcissistic families function like a cult. They don't function like others. They don't function like normal people. In the covert narcissistic family, control, manipulation, gaslighting are the center of a family's dynamics. Unlike other abusive families, this system tried on covert tactics, which includes passive aggression, emotional neglect, psychological warfare, gaslighting, and co. The covert narcissistic family presents a facade of normalcy. They want you to think that they're a very loving, caring family to outsiders and to supporters. But within that family, it is a total disaster. It is chaos. And that is why anyone that comes as a threat to them, they would come together and they will fight that person tooth and nail. I want to expose this family. My name is Adiola Arve, your favorite narcissistic abuse coach. Okay, so one of the things and very first thing we're going to learn about this covert narcissist is the structure of a covert narcissistic family. At its very core, a covert narcissistic family is run like a closed system where the narcissistic parents, it could be one of the parents or both parents, they hold all the power. The family operates with strict or spoken rules. See, they don't even have to write these rules, but they know the rules and regulations that they run by in that family. The rules could be number one, loyalty is mandatory. See, in a covert narcissistic family, you have to be loyal no matter what, and loyal to the family. As much as there might be chaos within themselves, whatever happens, they feel like they always need to stand together. I know you might be asking questions like, oh, families should stand together. Hold on, you will understand why this is a cult-like system and why this is a dysfunctional system. The truth is, if you speak against the family system, it is seen as a form of betrayal. And trust me, they don't treat anyone who they see as a betrayal likely. They see every betrayer as someone that they need to go off against, and they have to come together as a family to fight against any form of betrayal. The second one is a narcissist is always right. They do not take anyone who speaks against what they stand for lightly. They will stand together and fight you, and they will punish you with all of their being. And of course, they come with all the narcissistic tools, all the tools of gaslighting, smear campaign, triangulation, projection, and everything. They come together to use that to fight against the victim. Therefore, the covert narcissistic family image is everything. See, even so basically, where a covert narcissist has nothing, as long as they can come outside and project themselves as, say, the Otedola of their environment, they are the most wealthy people in the environment, they are fine. They might have to drink Gary at home, they do not care. They always want to project themselves as they're doing well, the image is good, and all of that. I'm not saying you need to come out, but sometimes you need to speak up because you don't know where your helpers could be. Then another thing is love is conditional. So where you are being a good person in a narcissistic family, the covert narcissistic family, they will give you all of the love and support. But when you go against these unspoken rules, trust me, they will come against you, come at you viciously. Another structure is love is conditional. Affection is only given where they benefit the narcissist. So where you are not giving the narcissist the supply, which in this case could be the parent or the golden child. Where you're not giving the supply, affection is withdrawn. Where you are not doing their little bits, where you are not doing what they want you to do, affection is reversed. So what does this mean? It means that the abuse is often emotional, psychological, or passive aggressive rather than physical and outwardly obvious. So the truth is, in a covert narcissistic family, their abuse are mostly unspoken. They do not go how to belong. They're not overtly abusive, but they know how to manipulate themselves, and they know how to just cause themselves to do their little bits. They have mastered this craft. However, as much as chaotic as they are, even in their silence, on the outside, they want to project themselves as a loving, as a caring family, as a family that is doing just well, like they're the best, and all of that. The family presents itself as loving and supportive to the outside world, while maintaining a toxic and fear-based hierarchy inside the home. My name is Adiola, the favorite narcissistic abuse coach. So, the covert narcissistic parents are usually the leaders of the cult. Like I said in the part one video, they are a cult-like family. In a cult, the leader controls all the aspects of the lives of the family members. In a covert narcissistic family, however, one of both of the parents serve as a narcissistic leader. However, as the family grows, you find out that the golden child becomes the leader of the cult. I will explain who the golden child is later, but as you can all tell, there's this particular child that they are fond of, and that they have also been able to groom to do their bits. Like they have also been able to groom to manipulate other members of the family, or spouses, or friends of other members of the family. The cult leader demands absolute loyalty and undivided attention from their children. They manipulate the family narrative so they appear as the victim or the hero, as the case may be. So where you're not serving their needs, they become the victim. Where you are serving their needs, they also need to become the hero. See, they had just what we call the green snakes under the green grass. They do not operate openly like other overt narcissists. So they are usually very hard to spot. And the abuse, the truth is, the chaos that goes on within the family cannot be told. It is usually unbelievable. When they are on the outside, they come together as one to fight off and ward off, whoever it is that betrays them. They manipulate the family narrative so they appear the victim, like I said, and then they control perceptions of reality through either gaslighting, rewriting history, and minimizing abuse. My name remains Adiola, your favorite narcissistic abuse coach. So the next topic I would like to explore under the cults called the covert narcissistic family is the roles within the covert narcissistic family. So either conscious, I don't know how they do it, either consciously or subconsciously, and usually it is usually subconscious. They would have distributed roles to each and every member of the family. Each child, for example, is assigned a role based on what serves the narcissist needs. These roles are not always fixed and can change depending on the circumstances. So the first one is the golden child. I talked about the golden child in the earlier video. The golden child is the worshiper. So this golden child is the narcissist favors, is a child that the narcissist love, because the golden child does all the deeds of the narcissist. The golden child never speaks against whatever the narcissist does not challenge the need for validation by the narcissist, or not challenge the position of the narcissist. So the golden child is often praised and given special treatments. However, the love is conditional. They must always please the narcissist to get this. They are usually used as a scapegoat to shield the narcissist and to prove that the narcissist is a good parent. They are pressured to achieve and uphold the family's perfect image. So they need to project to the outside world that they are a perfect family. But see, I would say it again, they do not even love themselves. They don't love themselves. But when it comes to coming together to fight, say, the spouse of the scapegoat of the family, oh, you don't even want to be found in the midst of those people. They would go all head on and, fight whoever they sees as a betrayer, whoever they sees as an attacker, or whoever they sees the things is trying to go about against the dynamics of the family. The child may become a narcissist themselves, because of course, what else would you expect them to become if not a narcissist? Because it learns from the best. The second role within the covert narcissistic family is the scapegoat, which is a sacrificial offering. So I feel so sorry for the scapegoat, because the scapegoat is always the one to blame when something is wrong in the family. And usually the scapegoat is usually the child that speaks up against the abuse of the narcissist. So once you are already attacking They're abused. My dear, they see you as the enemy and they're ready to treat you like one, even though this person is also a family member. The scapegoat is usually the target of the narcissist's rage and projections, and the scapegoat is usually blamed for anything that goes wrong with the family. They do not accept accountability. See, if there's no scapegoat in that family, trust me, if anything is going wrong, they have someone else to blame, a neighbor, a cousin, an outsider. It is never their fault. But when there's a scapegoat in the family, they would always blame the child for the wrongdoing. The child is often the truth teller and also is the one that has refused to play along with the narcissist's delusions. So he or she becomes the emotional punching bag and suffers most of the psychological damage. Most likely to break free, but struggles with deep wounds of guilt and selfishness. So the child is damaged. That's the scapegoat child is damaged from within because the child just feels all alone. They feel like they are just nothing. But the child also understands that there's an abuse going on and the child has chosen to speak against it. My name remains Adiola, your favorite narcissistic abuse coach. Okay, so the next role I would like to talk about is the indicible child, which is usually regarded as the lost one. This child is just ignored because they don't serve any useful role or purpose to the narcissist. The child remains withdrawn, is isolated, and often neglected. The child tries to remain unseen to avoid conflicts. The child may also develop disassociation, social anxiety, or an inability to express their needs, all because of the neglect that the child has often experienced. The next role I'd like to talk about is the enabler. The enabler, which is the cult disciple. This could be a spouse or another child who supports the narcissist. So for the enabler even sometimes could also be the flying monkey. It could also be the spouse or maybe one of the children in the narcissistic cult who also has been groomed over, who has been manipulated and sees the family as their all. So they're always supporting the family regardless of what happens. And then they excuse and justify the narcissist abuse. They attack the scapegoats together with other covert narcissists in the family. They rely on the narcissist for validation and safety. These roles ensure that the narcissist remains in control while pitting family members against one another. So sometimes even the enabler could also be like the abuser themselves. Also, the scapegoats also could be the abuser because they're taking the role probably as time goes on where the narcissist becomes old and they are weak, the enabler and the scapegoats will take over from the parents who have been narcissists and then they continue from where the parents stop to inflict abuse on their victim. My name remains Adiola, your favorite narcissistic abuse coach. So we continue on our series on the covert narcissistic family faults. So the next thing we're going to talk about are the tactics used to maintain control. I think we've talked about these tactics as a general tactics. However, we're going to talk about how the covert narcissists control themselves within the family. I'm trying to lay this expose for those that are also members of this covert narcissistic family and are looking for a way out. So how does it work? The covert narcissist will gaslight you and rewrite history. Something that literally happened right within your eyes. It will tell you it never happened. They'll tell you you're just imagining things and that you make things up. They just know how to deflect and just make it all about you rather than taking accountability for their actions. The second one is triangulation and manipulating family members against each other. See, in a covert narcissistic home, as much as they project that they're just a loving family on the outside, you need to understand the chaos that goes in on the enclosed door. They do not love themselves. They pitch themselves against one another. Say, for example, they are even already at the stage where they're married, they have children. Do you know they still have a way of pitching their children against the child of their sibling? I don't even just understand this thing. There's a competition, they subtle, they make it seem like they are not even talking, but they are always competing with one another. They triangulate and say, and then, try to pitch third parties against you. They pitch third parties against the scapegoats to always just to see that the scapegoat conforms to their bids. The next one is emotional withholding and withholding of love. See, A narcissist, I think this is like a notorious fact already. A narcissist, we do anything for you as long as you're supplying their needs, you're a source of supply, you're feeding their ego, you're doing what they want. However, whatever it is, however bad it is, however wrong it is, they always want you to do their bit. So when you're not doing what they want you to do, they withhold love and affection from you, and they withhold validation as a form of punishment. They also use a silent treatment to exert power and to subject you to control. The next one is they use victimhood and guilt tripping. The narcissist would always want to play the victim. I think we already said that enough. They always have to appear the victim. Even when they're abusing you, they will still appear the victim. So rather than them taking accountability for their actions and probably saying sorry when they are wrong, they will tell you, what's that all I have done for you? Is this how you treat me? I know this happens with most of our African parents, but mind you, that doesn't make them narcissists. However, our parents always found a way to always, just drew us back and make us understand that, oh, the correction was done out of love. But in the covert narcissistic family, there's nothing like that. There's nothing like that. If you're not doing their bit, you're a bad child. If you're doing their bit, you're a good child. There's no sitting on the fence. There's no trying to just teach the child to conform, or teach the child how to reacts and how to do things in reality. They always need to control. The next one is projection and blaming the scapegoats for everything that happens in the family. You're the one with the anger issues, with the one with the rage, the scapegoats that always picks up as to be the bad one. And so every other family member is pitching against that one person that speaks against the control of the narcissist. My name is Adiola Arve, your favorite narcissistic abuse coach. I'm going to talk about the psychological impact that it has on his victims. He begins to experience complex post-traumatic stress disorder. You experience chronic hypervigilance, anxiety, and emotional flashbacks. You struggle with trust and self-worth. You do not basically have a normal childhood. You need delay to be able to come out of all of this. The second psychological impact it has on you is you become a people pleaser, and then you become codependent. You always want validation from people. You do not feel like you are enough. You always feel like you need to please people because of the way you've been conditioned as a child. You've always been told to put other people's needs ahead of your own needs. So you do not want to please yourself. You always think about being just a people pleaser. And of course, a lot of times people take advantage of your good intentions and they continue to manipulate you. Another thing that you experience is chronic self-doubt. You begin to doubt yourself because you have internalized so much gaslighting, and it makes you question your reality. Sometimes you just know this is the truth, but you cannot stick with it because you've been conditioned and you've always been told that you're lying. So you have a distorted reality. You do not know what is real from what is not. The next psychological impact it has on the victim is toxic relationship patterns. So you do not know how a healthy relationship feels like. You always fall back into an unhealthy relationship, and you always find yourself being friends or being romantically involved with an abuser. You attract narcissistic partners, and you always feel uncomfortable when you're in a healthy relationship. When you are in a relationship where you're treated healthily, it doesn't feel normal to you because you don't understand this normal. You have a way of repeating that same childhood dynamics that you are being used to. However, I will want you to seek support and seek help. My name remains Adiola. I'll always be here to talk to you one-on-one if you need me. Thank you. I'm sure you're already getting bored by my talk on the covert narcissistic family cause. I want to help you recognize and escape the circle of abuse. How do you recognize and break free from this covert narcissistic family? I know it is hard, but it is very, very possible because these are your family members, these are your bloodlines, these are people that you've lived with all of your life. The first way to breaking free is recognizing the pattern, recognizing the system for what it is. You need to tell yourself the truth and just, admit to the fact that you're in a covert narcissistic family. You need to accept that your family operates like a cult and that they're not a normal family. You also need to acknowledge that the narcissist can never change. You cannot expect them. See, if you like, go and start telling them about narcissism and share topics on narcissism, they would never hold themselves accountable because to them, they do not see anything wrong with them. That is what they are used to. You need to accept that the narcissist would not change. And then what you need to do next is begin to set healthy but firm boundaries. Do not allow the narcissist to walk all over your boundaries. Stop engaging in arguments. Use the gray rope method on the narcissist. The gray rope means that you limit your contact. If you can, cut off all contact or if necessary. But if you need to continue to be in that relationship, if you don't have an option, go gray rock. What is gray rock? Gray rock means just be gray as a rock. Do not feed them emotions. Where they are trying to manipulate you, do not give them response. Don't give them something that they will hold on to. If you can go no contact, that will work. But if you cannot go low contact, that is what gray rock means. Low contact. Reduce your contacts put there. Also, you need to heal from the gaslighting and manipulation. See, gaslighting and manipulation messes with your mental health, with your mental state. You need to be intentional about your healing journey. You can start by journaling your events of what happens to confirm your reality. Find a trauma-informed therapist like myself to unpack childhood wounds. You always can speak to me. I have a session where we can talk one-on-one, and then I can help you heal from the manipulation and the gaslighting of the narcissist. The fourth one is stop seeking validation from the narcissist. See, the approval of the narcissist would never be genuine. Even when the narcissist comes to you as if they're giving you approval, trust me, it is never genuine. You need to retrain yourself. You need to consciously come out of all those narcissistic ideologies that you've been brainwashed with. You need to be intentional about your healing journey. Repair it yourself with self-love and self-affirmation. You need to write affirmations. Tell yourself that what you are. Do not listen to what the narcissist always said about it. Tell yourself the positive things that you want to see yourself become. And trust me, the more you speak about those things, the better you become that person. Then build a new support system. You need to have people that you can genuinely trust. Please, in the process of trying to just get a support system, please, you also need to know that you're coming from a place where manipulation has been the key. Do not fall into the hands of narcissistic friends again that will manipulate you and make you feel like you're not even supposed to depend on anybody. No one is an island of knowledge. No one can live alone. You always need someone to support. So when you are looking for a support system, make sure that the support system are genuine and they are people that can give you the required support and help you heal properly. You can find support groups for narcissistic abuse survivors. My name remains Adiola, your favorite narcissistic abuse coach.